And today we spend time with the Bay County Executive, and he is Jim Barsha. Jim, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art, and it's always a pleasure and a privilege to join you on your program and kind of share with the listening audience what's happening in Bay County, and also just to enjoy a little discussion about current events with my longtime friend, Art Lewis. So,
well, Jim,
thank you, Art, for having me.
Well, first of all, you're welcome. It's always a pleasure. Am I correct in saying that Bay County is only one of two counties with a Veterans Affairs office?
Well, we were actually the second county. I'm not
you
sure
were the
about
second.
that.
Okay.
There was a state action that involved passing legislation that rewarded counties with county departments of Veterans Affairs, and we were the second county to be approved, and that generates about a little over $100,000 a year, which we direct toward helping our veterans and also absorb a little of the cost on the salaries for the staff. We also have a 1/10 of a mill, which doesn't require voter approval. It was passed after the Civil War, the Soldiers and Sailors Relief Act, which would grant up to $10 of relief for veterans who served in the Civil War after their service to deal with issues they had, whether it might have been back in the day PTSD or severe wounds of some kind that left them disabled, or other issues that they would face. So between that generates a little over about $300,000 a year, which we direct toward helping indigent vets with replacement of furnaces, bathrooms, help with medical bills or cell phone bills, things that are emergencies for our veterans that are struggling financially.
That seems like a better use of the money today than just handing out $10 bills, which was back in the day that was good, but today,
It wouldn't go very far today. It might buy you a sandwich at a fast food restaurant.
Maybe. That's a maybe. So what services are provided by the county to veterans?
Well, I will highlight some of the activities, and I want to tell you, Art, and thank you that I was allowed to do this interview remotely from my office in the Bay County building, because for many decades it has been a ritual for Bay County to host at 11 a.m. every Veterans Day in front of the county building, in front of the monument to our veterans that lost their lives in all of our national wars, from the Civil War right on down through the Middle Eastern wars or conflicts. But that would have precluded my attendance, and it's something I've never missed. In addition, after that event, we have an event at the USS Edson, which is an annual event and always gets a good turnout of people on over by the Edson for the program over there, to pay tribute to the veterans who have served our military so well in the past and protected and preserved our American way of life. We owe them a lot, and we always should take every opportunity to acknowledge their service to their country and to all of us, and to also be there when needed. And fortunately, we have a very dedicated staff. It's led by the Director of Administrative Services, Matt Bieber, who is with me today and will be also participating in the event at 11 o'clock here at the county building. And what I would say, Art, is we have a variety of services that are provided. Matt oversees the veteran staff, which consists of Mark Kazmarek and Andrew Andrew Norton is brand new. I think he's, Matt, only the second day on the job or third day, and he succeeds Chaz Fowler, who had a distinguished military record, along with Mark Kazmarek, who received all kinds of commendations and young active veteran, but he has joined the federal government and the immigration enforcement and will be leaving the county shortly and resigned his position. But we have two very dedicated veterans that work hard 5 days a week to serve the needs of our veterans, overseen also by usually a volunteer. We get through the Region 7 to help answer phones and make appointments for vets. And then, of course, the entire operation, along with the animal shelter, is overseen by Matt Beaver. And what I will tell you, Art, is we served over 2,000 veterans this past year, and that's an average. We have a driver program which delivers veterans to the VA hospital if they reside in Bay County for medical treatments or appointments, and rides to the Saginaw VA hospital if needed. And all they need to do is contact the office and get the appointment set up, and they will be delivered and returned to their home for medical appointments at the VA hospital in Saginaw. Also, I want to mention, too, that for 5 years, Bay County has participated in Operation Greenlight every year since it began 5 years ago. And we light up our county building with green lights every night from November 4th through November 11th to show solidarity, in support of our veterans. So there are a number of other services that are provided, especially working with the bureaucracy of the Veterans Administration in helping to secure benefits for our veterans. And I want to say I'm very proud to say that Bay County received the Leo Leggett Award, which honors the counties which had the highest retention for their population on recovering benefits from the federal government that our veterans were entitled to. It's a very prestigious award, and last year, Mark Kaczmarek, at the end of last year, received it, and we have secured about $4.7 million in claims to help our Bay County veterans. As you know, Art, sometimes that it can be a daunting challenge to try to work through the bureaucracy of the Veterans Administration, frequently long delays. So our veteran staff will work with our congressional delegation and keep on top of personnel at the VA to make sure that these applications don't get sidetracked or waylaid on someone's desk, and that they get the attention that they deserve for our veterans.
If a veteran would like to use the services provided by the county, what does that veteran have to do?
Well, they could either call our number.
Or walk in.
What's the number?
Jim, why don't you put Matt on for a minute?
Yeah, here, Matt. I don't have the number memorized. Anyone can either drop into the Bay County building and come to the first floor. It's where the treasurer's office used to be. When I became the county executive, we had just a couple of closets on the second floor that contract employees worked out of. It was kind of difficult to find, even if you're a county employee. And now we're on the first floor with a nicely renovated. We spent several years ago in grant money about $70,000 renovating the office. We have a nice conference room. We have meeting rooms for the vets and the staff, and it's right on the first floor, very visible. However, we have staff that will set up appointments. If they don't want to just drop in, they can make an appointment with Mark or Andrew. And that number, Matt, is?
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
That number is 989-895-2055. As Jim said, you can make an appointment for any day of the week, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., or just walk in. Walk-ins welcome. So if you want to make a claim, you can talk to Mark Kaczmarek. He's a veteran service officer, and Andrew does our emergency relief fund. So anybody that's veteran that qualifies can get emergency relief, like if they're in need of food or gas, if they fit the criteria.
All right. Hang on, both of you. I got to take a break, and then we'll come back and talk more about it on this Veterans Day. We're talking to Bay County Executive Jim Barsha and Matt, who heads up not only the Veterans Affairs Office, but also the animal shelter. We'll talk about that too. All coming up after these notes.
This Veterans Day, First Area
All right, we're back with you. Chatting with Bay County Executive Jim Barsha. And Jim, remind everybody who you have with us there.
Yes, Art. I'm joined today by Matt Bieber, who is our Director of Administrative Services and oversees very diligently on behalf of our residents the animal shelter, the Bay County Animal Services and Adoption Center, and the as we have been discussing on the program today, our Bay County Department of Veterans Affairs. And as I say, Art, we established that probably that was the first year I was county executive. And so it's up and running, and we've helped thousands of our veterans secure the benefits that they're entitled to, as well as, get a little assistance for challenges that they're facing in their home or in their life if a little subsidy will help. So,
yeah. Let me ask Matt. Matt, when a veteran needs the services, how long does it usually take to set up an appointment or get them started on the road?
The next day, we can get appointment immediately, as long as there ain't nobody waiting in line. They already had an appointment. So most walk-ins only have to wait about 5 minutes to meet the veteran service officer. Or if you want an appointment to set up the next day, usually they get in by the next day.
And how long before their problem would be resolved? That is probably complicated depending on the nature of the request.
Sometimes the same day, up to maybe 3 days. Every case is a little bit different.
But you act as the intermediary between the veteran and the Veteran Affairs, VA?
Staff does.
The staff.
The staff. Oh, I meant the staff. Right.
I have 2 veteran service officers in there. They're certified to file claims and give emergency relief.
And there's no cost to the veteran for any of these services, right?
No cost at all.
Nope.
Yeah. All right, let's we'll come back to that, but let's turn our attention to the other favorite topic I always have with Jim, because I always ask him how the animal shelter is doing. Where are we, Jim, in the new shelter, and how's it coming?
Well, Art, they're going to do some major excavation this coming week. Electrical work has been completed on the ground. We've moved the animal park, or the dog park, that cage is all moved. The area for the excavation is fenced in. We have equipment and things on the site. So they're going to work through the winter, as I mentioned last time I was with you, Art. And we're hopeful that will be completed in about 12 months. However, on the other project that we're involved with, the Bay County Department of Health Services, which is the Art Van building that was in business on Wilder Road. Again, we are very proud of that project because it does not involve any county dollars. We set aside $9 million of our $20 million American Recovery Plan, or ARP funding, was set aside for a new health department, which was encouraged by the federal government. Should there be another pandemic, or should we have other issues with even funding at the federal level on Medicaid, there may be more pressure on our local health departments across Michigan and the country in terms of providing some basic information and services to local residents. But we secured the building. We purchased the building for $3.2 million at a public auction when Art Van Corporation was in bankruptcy. And then we're always grateful to Congressman Dan Kildee. He secured a $2 million appropriation for us. So that put us up to $11 million, and that leaves us with $7.8 million to renovate the Art Van building into our new Bay County Department of Health Services. We will have a couple of tenants in there that will pay us lease payments that will cover the cost of the water, sewer, and electric for the operation of the facility. So going forward, there shouldn't be additional costs on the building. And the good news on that, the latest is that we will be looking toward a ribbon cutting and grand opening sometime in April.
So
not too far off. But it is, I have to say, Serenus Johnson and the crew they're working diligently inside the building. The drywall is going up. All of the offices are laid out, and they're really doing a phenomenal job. And most of the work is interior work. There were some new windows that were put in the building that required some alteration of the actual building on the exterior. However, most of the work is being done inside, and we expect to be done by hopefully mid-April this spring.
This is one of those projects, Jim, you don't hear about very often in government, where it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, we're very fortunate that at the time we received the federal support, and it was health-related as a result of the COVID pandemic. And frankly, we were running out of space. Our health department was squeezed in the Washington Street or Washington Avenue complex, and that series of buildings goes back to the mid-1950s. I can remember when I was very young, my brother working at the old Federal's department store when he was 16 as a clerk inside. And however, the buildings that house the court, the prosecutor's office, and the other offices, their probation and parole offices, are all very limited in space. So what I've done as the county executive, I've put out to each department a request for people that may need to expand in some of that space when the Department of Health relocates to its new location in Bangor Town. Well, it's in the city, actually. So it's on Wilder Road, but it's on the side that's in the city, not Bangor. So, however, we're really excited about the opening, and that will provide a lot of additional space that has seen us be very cramped over there. The Michigan Supreme Court keeps, through their mandates, adding additional staff to the court system, and so the courts continue to expand, and then we have others that are limited in the space we have in that complex. So that space will be utilized fully, and the health department will be operating out of what will appear to the public to be like a new facility, almost a new health department over on Wilder Road.
With lots of space. And one thing we should note today, by the way, being Veterans Day, the Bay County offices are closed today. Even though you're in the office, they are closed today, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And, our Bay County Veterans Council, I want to put a shout out to them. They hold a series of events in cemeteries all across Bay County. The Jewish Cemetery, National Cemetery, the Elm Lawn Cemetery. Floral Gardens is always a huge turnout. We get a pretty robust turnout here at 11 o'clock at the county building, and then also a very decent turnout over at the Edson, and that event will be held at noon today. And so throughout the county, we really work hard to continue to remind people of the sacrifices that our veterans, those who willingly serve their country and risk their lives and their mobility to defend our country, and both in times of war as well as defending our country from adversaries throughout the year, each and every day they go to work.
All right. Hang on. Take a break. We'll be back with Bay County Executive Jim Barsha and the head of the Administrative Services, Matt Bieber. All of that coming up after this. Good morning. How was your sleep last night? Today we're asked to do more for less, so when you go to bed and theoretically you spend a third of your life there, you need quality sleep. You can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. Now you can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured your mattress is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but don't be fooled. You can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. They feature a 1-hour delivery window of your mattress to your home, and if you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress will custom make a mattress for you, something the box stores can't do. Visit the Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom at 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Visit them online at sanitarymattress.com or call them at 989-753-1757. Sanitary Mattress, serving the Great Lakes Bay region since 1935. And we will be back with our guests after these notes.
This Veterans Day.
Hopefully that has been broken, and I know the state of Michigan has gone out and sent out the SNAP benefits. However, the administration in Washington has said there will be a consequence for that, and they were very much opposed to releasing any even state money to fulfill the loss on the SNAP benefits. But also I'd say the United Way of Bay County is collecting, again, non-perishable food items Monday through Fridays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. to help stock the local pantries and shelters that sustain so many of our families, especially during the holidays, both large and small. We don't want any table to sit empty this winter, especially for our children. And, with the Thanksgiving holiday upon us, we wanted to do whatever we could to host, food collection drives, and we have collected a lot from the county employees here that have been bringing food items in that will be distributed. Also want to mention our friends at the Bay Area Chamber of Commerce. They have stepped up too, along with the Salvation Army, in collecting toys, clothing, and food for the Good Samaritan Rescue Mission and local pantries. But warm jackets and coats are especially needed right now, and I know even at the veterans events, it's a little brisk out there today, Art, so everyone needs a warm coat. And they can drop off some of the donations for coats for kids, either cash or coats, at a drop box at the Bay Area Chamber of Commerce. So with this recent impasse at the federal level and the kind of dysfunction of our federal legislative branch, we actually saw a lot of people come to the rescue for their fellow residents here in Bay County. And I always like to say we have each other's backs. We may have differences from time to time, but ultimately we're a smaller county. We have lots of big families. We went to school, and together, and we're a close-knit community, and we try to help alleviate some of that suffering by coming together as a community and doing what we can to address some of the stresses that every community faces.
Yeah. I recently got back from vacation. Part of the vacation was a train, and I came across Montana where it was snowing quite heavily. And I said, boy, I'm glad I'm going home. It will be 50 degrees, and I won't have to worry about the snow. Well, here I am. So I've been accused of bringing it with me. We're going to take a break. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that was a long trip you had. I'll have to hear about it at some point, but thanks, Art. Yeah.
All right, hang on. We'll be right back. We're talking to Jim Barsha, Matt Bieber from Bay County, and we'll have more when we return.
This Veterans Day sign tech.
Time they're related to the townships. A lot of people call me just this week, say a noise violation, and I'll have them get with the correct townships building permits. It's always the townships. But anything administrative service, they usually call me, and I just answer general questions 24/7, I guess. And with that, I also have the Director of Animal Services and Veteran Affairs, as Jim said.
And those are your major responsibilities, right?
Yeah, some 3 departments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jim, he also, in some ways acts as your right hand, doesn't he? In some ways.
Well, yeah, what Matt can do is help direct people. Okay, well, of course, a lot of people call me directly as well. Some, people look us up on the internet and see Director of Administrative Services in alphabetical order. So, of course, Matt gets a lot of calls that are unrelated to, animal issues or, vets issues. But he's a very good member of our team here in Bay County and brought with him a wealth of experience from his work with Delphi and NextTier over in Saginaw County, where he served as a committee man. And one of his one of his main responsibilities in that role was resolve conflicts between workers and the company and management. And so Matt has an ability to get, if it's two neighbors, having differences, try to get them together to work that out if it involves a pet. And, so Matt has been a real asset to Bay County in that, he is a great listener, and I try to be a good listener as well. But we have so many things going on across the county that, people come to us all of the time for assistance or for guidance or, knowledge on how to resolve the particular issue that they're facing. And so we try to be an all-service, administration here. And even when it's not county business, we try to be helpful, guiding them through the federal maze and connecting them with our congressional delegation. In Bay County's case, Kristen Rivet, and, of course, Senator Slotkin and Senator Peters as well, if it's federal issue. And then with the state, we will connect with our state legislators, or in my case, I may make calls directly if I'm still familiar with the department and its activities at state level.
We should point out, too, Jim, recently in the state budget, there was road money allocated, but that doesn't come to the county per se. It goes to the road commission, doesn't it?
Yes, that's right. Thanks for mentioning that, because Bay County, that I oversee, some 550 approximate employees, approximately, we don't get one penny or one nickel of federal and state gasoline tax revenue. That, under Public Act 51 in Michigan, is split pretty much equally between cities, like the city of Bay City, County Road Commission, Bay County Road Commission, and MDOT keeps 1/3 of that revenue for operation and maintenance of the state highway system. So Bay County, per se, we do not own a road or a bridge. However, if someone is on a primary or a county road, they can contact the Bay County Road Commission. It is overseen by 3 Bay County Road Commissioners elected by the voters of Bay County in staggered elections for 6-year terms.
And I'll bet you're glad you don't own any bridges.
Well, yeah.
We've talked about that.
Yeah, well, we'll try to be part of the solution if we can find one, but the tolling of the 2 Bay City bridges that were leased to bridge partners created a lot of consternation, a lot of road rage, and a lot of accidents. It's redirected the traffic flow in Bay County. And Veterans Bridge, which is a state-owned bridge, along with Lafayette, which is being rebuilt and won't open for another 2 years, is seeing horrendous amounts of heavy traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, big, heavy vehicles. And we're a little worried that it's going to maybe take a toll on Vets Bridge. And when Lafayette is done, I wouldn't be surprised if MDOT then had to undertake plans to replace the Veterans Bridge, which would, again, for the next 3 years or so, leave us with just one free bridge in Bay County, across Saginaw River. But
well, listen, Jim, on this Veterans Day, I just want to thank you for your time this morning. Matt, thank you very much for what you do, and we appreciate your time, and we'll do it again, Jim.
Thank you, Art, and thanks for all that you do, helping to illuminate these issues for your vast listening audience that, it depends on you to find out what's going on in the region. So thank you for all you do, Art.
All right.
It's always a privilege to be a guest on your program.
Okay, you've got 3 minutes to get to your county building celebration, so Off you go.
Okay.
Take
Have
care.
a great Veterans Day, Art.
You
We'll see
too.
you soon.